300 different religions, 2,000 different cultures, historical and dynamic works of art, a tapestry of languages, and the all-important culture wars. We'll be diving into the interwoven mechanics of culture and religion, how they affect your population, and how you can use them as tools to fulfill your ambitions in today's Europa Universalis V feature video. To recap, EU5 has a diverse population mechanic which forms the backbone of gameplay. When it comes to culture and religion, that is no different. Every pop in EU5 has a culture, language, and religion, all of which feed into different aspects of gameplay. With religion, for example, high religious unity increases your clergy satisfaction, and high clergy satisfaction increases your research output. Or with culture, renowned works of art generate prestige, and high prestige in turn increases your market attraction and thereby improves trade. But we're getting slightly ahead of ourselves. Let's break down each of these topics one at a time, starting with religion. Religion can be broken down into two tiers: religious groups and the religions themselves. Religious groups are the major religions of the era: Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, and Islam. You then have the various religions within these groups, for example, the Hussites and Catholics for Christianity, and Sunni and Shia for Islam. As time progresses, new religions might form, such as the Christian Reformation movement, expanding and diversifying the different groups. The different religions will have various strengths and weaknesses and diverse mechanics. For instance, Muslim countries can invite scholars, while Orthodox countries can call synods. A pop's religion is individual and may be different to the religion of the crown. Your state religion, set by the government, influences pop happiness and loyalty. Promoting your state religion will convert some pops over time, but risks alienating minority pops, sparking unrest, or even rebellions. There are also ways to get more religious conversion bonuses in locations through buildings, like the unique Islamic building, the madrasa. A country can change its official religion, but that might not always be popular internally, or with the countries of the faith you have just left. After all, religion affects your standing in the world. This is an era where religious differences heavily matter, and having a different religion or even belonging to a different religious group than another country impacts many aspects of diplomacy, including opinion and antagonism. State religion also impacts technology, as early on your nation's technology is tied to the power of your liturgical language, also known as the language of your faith. Linguistics in EU5 don't stop there. Each and every pop has its own language. Your culture will have a primary common tongue. Everything from your royal court to your trade markets can be influenced by one language or another. It determines the names of characters, helps diplomatic deals with linguistically similar countries, influences the spread of ideas, and most importantly, it is the language that you build your cultural tradition and cultural influence with. Similar to religions, cultures are organized into cultural groups that have some sort of shared identity with each other, which provide nations with small opinion boosts. A country has a primary culture, but can also elevate other cultures to be tolerated or accepted if that culture has a neutral or positive opinion with the primary culture in your nation, and there are enough pops of that culture represented in the nation. Cultures themselves also hold opinions of others, ranging from enemies to kindred spirits, which will affect national integration. Just like religion, primary culture also impacts technology, giving access to unique advancements while progressing through the ages. Like the Iberian caravel, only available to nations of the Iberian culture group. Attached to the cultural system is the works of art and war of culture mechanics. Every culture possesses both cultural influence and cultural tradition. Cultural influence can be thought of to represent a culture's attacking power, showing how impressive it appears on the world stage to other cultures and how far that culture's influence reaches beyond its borders. It will also increase cultural assimilation towards that culture. On the other hand, cultural tradition can be thought of as its defense power, representing how strong its traditions resonate with its people. This will impact many things in game. If you have a culture with a strong influence, you'll have an easier time converting countries with a weak cultural tradition diplomatically. it is also easier to assimilate pops with cultures that have a weaker tradition. The most important source of cultural influence and tradition is the artists and works of art they create. While some countries start with artists, for most you will be able to sponsor artists after the Age of Renaissance. Artists come in many varieties, including architects, composers, philosophers, and poets. Completing works of art increases the cultural influence of your primary culture. On the other hand, cultural tradition is fortified by the amount of art your country possesses. Some works of art can be stolen by invading armies, bolstering the tradition permanently for the invaders, and many can even be destroyed outright.